Imagine this. You finally get the call. You've made it to the interview stage. Your palms are sweaty, your heart's racing, and in your head, you're thinking, what if I freeze? What if they ask me something I can't answer? But what if I told you there's a simple system you can use to walk into any interview with calm, confidence, and a clear game plan? Stick with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly how to crush your next interview. My name is Fabrice. I'm a corporate recruiter with almost a decade of experience in the pharmaceutical industry, and I've sat on both sides of the table, screening hundreds of resumes, coaching candidates, and sitting in those same high-pressure interviews myself. On this channel, I share the exact strategies I've seen top candidates use to land incredible roles. So, if you've ever felt nervous about interviewing, you are in the right place. Here's the first thing you've got to understand. An interview isn't an interrogation. Too many people walk in like they are on trial. And when they do, their answers sound robotic and their anxiety goes through the roof. I want you to flip the script. Think of the interview as two professionals exploring whether this partnership makes sense. When you reframe it this way, your confidence shifts. You are no longer begging for a seat at the table, you are bringing value to the table. I can't stress this enough. Do your homework. And I don't just mean reading the company's About Us page. If you stop there, you'll miss the most important clues. You really need to study the job description line by line. Sometimes you've done a skill in your last role, but the company uses different words for it. For example, you might have managed vendor relationships at your last job, but the new posting says partnered with external stakeholders. Same skill, different words. If you miss that, your answer won't connect. Most interviewers don't actually care if you are the smartest person in the room. What they care about is, can you clearly explain your experiences in a way that shows results? Without a structure, your answers will sound like a rambling list of and then. The STAR method is your best friend. Situation, task, action, result. Gives you a perfect story arc every time. Let's say, at my last company, customer complaints were rising. Situation. My role was to analyze the feedback and propose a solution. Task. I created a tracking system and weekly review meeting. Action. Within 3 months, complaints dropped by 28%. Result. Notice how clear that is? No guessing, just structure. Speaking of structure, remember that interview success starts the moment you walk in the door. Make sure you download the completely free Corporate Recruiter 5-step interview cheat sheet. It tells you exactly what recruiters are scanning for immediately. The secrets that get you past the first 60 seconds. It's free to download and the link is waiting for you in the pinned comment below. Now, here's where you can really level up. Leverage AI. But don't use it as a cheat sheet. Use it as a practice partner. I encourage candidates to upload their resume and job description into a tool like ChatGPT and ask it to generate likely interview questions. Then ask it to answer those questions too. Let AI show you how a structured answer might sound. Then practice saying it in your own words. That way, you're training your brain to respond with clarity under pressure. Panel interviews can be intimidating. 3, 4, sometimes 5 faces staring at you. But the truth is, you can make everyone feel seen. When answering, start by looking at the person who asked the question, then shift your gaze to include others at the table. It's a small detail, but it shows confidence and respect. And here's an insider tip. If you know big panels are especially tough for you, it's okay to advocate for yourself. You can kindly ask the recruiter, would it be possible to split the panel into smaller sessions, maybe 1-on-1 or 2-on-1? More companies are open to this than you think. They would rather see you perform at your best than struggle silently. If you're watching this, you are clearly committed to crushing your next interview. I want to give you the complete system, the full game plan, including all my insider scripts for mastering interviews, negotiations, and branding, is in my 13-chapter guide, The Corporate Recruiter's Playbook. Stop guessing and start following the blueprint. You can grab the playbook now using the Stan link in the description below. Now remember, interviews are a two-way street. When they ask, do you have any questions for us? This is your chance to shine. But generic questions will show you haven't done your homework. Therefore, these 3 questions always land well because they show you are thinking about impact and growth. First, how do you define success in this role? Second, what's the biggest challenge the team is facing right now? Third, what does career growth look like here in the next 2 to 3 years? Don't end the interview on autopilot. If you don't take control of the closing, you will leave the recruiter guessing. One of the most powerful things you can do is close with gratitude and clarity. Here's a line I recommend. Thank you so much for your time today. From everything I've learned, I'm even more excited about this role and confident that my background in X makes me a strong fit. It's short, professional, and confident. Now, here's a tip most people forget about. You know the saying, dress for the job you want? That's not just a cliche. It's a reality in the hiring process. A recruiter's first impression of you is formed in just seconds, and your attire is a huge part of it. If you dress unprofessionally or sloppily, you're signaling to them that you don't care enough to make a good first impression. And that could put you in the no pile before you've even said a word. For men, that means a clean, well-fitted suit and tie. For women, a professional jacket or blazer is a great choice. But it's not just about the clothes. Grooming matters. Think clean hair, a well-trimmed beard, or a clean-shaven face, and a polished appearance. It shows you are a serious professional ready for a serious job. Okay, you've crushed the interview, but you're not done yet. You've probably heard you should send a thank you email, but a generic email can come across as a formality, but it won't help you stand out. You need to send a strategic follow-up that reinforces your value and keeps you top of mind. A great thank you email is not just about saying thank you. It's about restating your interest, referencing a specific point from the conversation, and reiterating how your unique skills can solve a problem for them. This shows you are listening, you are genuinely interested, and you're thinking about the company's needs, not just your own. Here's the final tip. Interviews are like muscles. The more you practice, the stronger you get. Don't just prep for the dream job. Use every interview as a training ground. Even if you don't land it, you are sharpening your skills for the one that really matters. Start practicing today, because the best time to prepare is always before the pressure is on. So, that's your complete game plan for crushing any interview. You've got the mindset shift, the insider secret, and a clear path to follow. But all these tips get you in the door. The real secret to landing a job faster is learning how to get to the front of the line, and that starts with networking. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how top candidates build a powerful professional network that gets them interviews before jobs even hit LinkedIn. You don't want to miss it. Now, for that strategic thank you email I just mentioned, I put together 3 of my best performing templates, the ones top candidates use, into a free downloadable PDF. All you have to do is click the link in the description to get instant access. Click on the video on your screen to learn the networking scripts that actually work. And now, before you go, I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me about a time you had a great interview and what made it so good. Let's share our wins with this community. I'll be down there responding to as many of you as I can. See you in the next video. The key is not to panic. It's to pause and stay structured. It's okay to pause for a couple of seconds, then bridge to what you do know. For example, if they ask about a tool you've never used, you might say, I haven't worked directly with that software yet, but in my last role, I quickly learned a similar tool, Salesforce, and within a month, I was training other team members. So I'm confident I could get up to speed here as well. See what happened there? You acknowledged the gap honestly, but reframed it to highlight adaptability and problem solving. That's what recruiters care about. Not perfection, but potential.